Good morning, private practice success community, and welcome to day 4 of Gerda's live stream whilst on her morning run again on the home stretch. I'm more than halfway, and I'm going to come again live today because tomorrow you won't see me. I will be, this time tomorrow I'll be driving. I need to go to Bundaberg for supplies. We're out of supplies and we need supplies that you can't find here where we live. So we need to drive the 90 minutes to Bundy to go do some essential shopping, me and my hubby. So we'll get that done tomorrow. So you probably won't see me live unless I decide to live. But the internet is so bad, I probably won't risk that. So yes, I hope my face behaves. And what I mean with that is that my face has announced this morning that it is officially winter running season up here in Agnes Water at the moment, because I'm leaking from my face. Like there's tears coming out of my eyes. My nose is leaking. And that's what happens when you run and your body is warm, but it's cold in the environment. It's like winter's here finally in Agnes, whilst I'm still walking with short sleeves, right? So the topic for today, I'm actually pretty impressed with my arm workout that I'm getting, because I don't bring my tripod because I didn't really plan to live stream, right? So my arms are getting a workout as well. Geez, I'm good at multitasking. So the topic for today then is a question that I've posed. Hey Frank, hey Nicole. And the question is, are you on a slow boat to burnout? So how did that topic pop into my head? So of course I was running. I got to the halfway mark and I felt I've got a stitch. And I went, okay, that's odd, because I'm running the exact same route that I ran most mornings. Sometimes I do deviate, but this is my normal route. Why do I have a stitch? And I looked at the Apple Watch and it told me that I did it 10 minutes. Like, how good is that? 10 minutes faster than normal, right? 10 minutes faster. So that made sense. So I went, okay, got a stitch because I ran faster, probably ran for longer with shorter walk intervals. So I pushed harder. I pushed myself harder. And it's actually a good feeling. I love that feeling, right? To know that I've gone to that next. So my question for you this morning is, have you recently, as a practice owner and even as a clinician, maybe, working somewhere, whether you're a solo practitioner, you're still a practice owner then, by the way, or whether you're actually employed, doesn't matter where, have you been feeling the stitch as a business owner and as a clinician? The metaphorical stitch, that stitch of I've been pushing harder than I've been pushing in a very long time. Maybe I'm feeling more exhausted than I've felt in a very long time. Maybe when I look at my days have been longer than it's been in a very long time. So if you're feeling the stitch in your business, in your private practice, let me know. Okay, remember, change starts with awareness and then acknowledgement. And until you've done those two things, you can't change it, right? Change can't happen without those things. So if you've been feeling it, let me know. Even if you're watching the replay, I would love to know. Because I can tell you I've been feeling it, most certainly. I can tell you that all the practice owners that I've been working with in my private mentoring groups, all of them have been feeling it. So you're not alone, right? This afternoon, there's a car coming, hey. This afternoon at 4, I've been asked to speak to a group of business owners, not mental health related, about their mental health, looking after their mental health as business owners, also supporting the mental health of their team, right? And I've been thinking a lot about what I want to talk to them about, and it's a very similar concept, because whether you're in the mental health arena, allied health, doesn't matter what you do. I think we are all feeling the stitch currently, of pushing harder. And I've noticed it for myself, as I said, and I've also noticed what happens when that happens. Here comes the leaking, sorry. Don't look. What tends to happen is that you tend to drop very important behaviors that is essential for your self-care, right? And it's the stuff that we all know we need to do. It's like if I were to ask you, if you had a client that comes to you with depression, you know, what's the first behavioral interventions you'll give them, right? It's going to be behavioral stuff. It's going to be, let's look at your sleep, okay? Let's look at what you're fueling your body with. Let's look at, are you having enough water? You know, those basic behavioral stuff. And I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I was like having a slab of Cadbury's chocolate a day. A day. Okay? It was freaking delicious. I loved it. I didn't have it all in one go, but I would have it throughout the course of the day, right? So I paced myself. I'll give myself that. I paced myself. I didn't binge on it, but I still had a whole freaking slab of Cadbury chocolate in one day. And the fact of the matter is, I'm over 45. I've got a enduring iron deficiency, and I've had polycystic ovarian syndrome my entire life. So we struggled with infertility, which means that when I pick up weight, I really struggle to shift the kilos, right? I pick it up like this, and to lose it is freaking hard work. So hard work. And I knew all of that. Did it stop me from eating a slab of chocolate today? Nope. Nope. Why? Because I was working freaking hard. I've been having to make so many decisions. So many decisions in unprecedented times, right? Sorry. In unprecedented times. Hey Christina, hey Amisha. Where there was no playbook for, right? I've never lived through a pandemic, have you? No. Okay. And that pressure to make the right decision. And I've had to do it for private practice success, my mentoring business, my practices, the psych professionals, for Source Health, for Elevate 2020, to some extent for Halo. I'm fortunate to have my two co-founders in there. You know, it's full on, it's full on. And in a year that we moved 6.5 hours away, kids started a new school, my daughter started university, just the sheer pressure of making the right decisions for everybody for whom I'm responsible for, right? And I just had to have that moment where I said, okay, enough already. I need to stop self-sabotaging right now. I need to get back to what I know I need to do, because we all know, all right? Especially if you're a helping professional, you know what to do. So today I really want to encourage you to take 5 minutes to go into your home study, to go into your practice if you're still on site, or to go sit in the backyard away from the kids for 5 minutes. Sit in the car if you need to, and just ask yourself, have you been neglecting your self-care? Are you currently on that slow boat to burnout? Because the problem is this, you know, it is a slow boat, and it's a freaking insidious slow boat. Hey Martha, that's the thing about burnout, it's extremely insidious. You think to yourself, okay, I'm not going to stick to eating healthy for 2 days, I can get it off, I'm going to have that slab of chocolate a day, it'll be fine. Or you go, you know what, I've got so much stuff to do, I'm just going to push through and not have my normal 8 hours of sleep, or 7. Remember, 8 hours is a myth, right? You need to have the amount of sleep that you need to wake up the next morning feeling refreshed. For some people, that's 6 hours. For some, it's 8. For others, it's 10. Some people might even be 12, right? The 8 hours is a myth. And I think it's a myth just because it's like a nice little average, right? So if you've been pushing through and not doing what you need to do, okay, you might go, oh, it's just tonight, and then it's, oh, it's just the next night, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to go to the gym. Well, you can't go to the gym or go for your morning walk or run like I do, because I've got so much stuff to do. And I can tell you, I've been tempted every day this week not to go running, because I think to myself, okay, I'm out for an hour, then I come back, have a shower, you know, it's like at least an hour and 15 minutes. I could do so many things in that hour and 15 minutes. It's very tempting to just go, I'm going to skip today, I'm going to skip tomorrow, I'm going to skip, right? And that's why I said it's a slow boat to burnout, and it's an insidious boat. And the problem is, a lot of people only realize it once they're on the freaking rocks. Okay, I would encourage you to search here on Facebook and on Google for Dr. Burnout. My great friend, fellow psychologist, Valerie Ling, she is a burnout specialist, and she'll tell you, and I've done my own research, right? Hello, sorry.
You're welcome.
Own research that the post office is delivering stuff to the estate. Done my own research that there's so much research. If you go onto Amazon and you search for burnout books, okay, you will find multiple books on burnout recovery. Then I will encourage you to search for burnout prevention. You'll find one book, and that's Valerie's ebook. Okay, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tells us that burnout is a slow boat. It's the most insidious thing, and most people is in constant denial about being on it. They push through it because, and especially if you're like me, right? We're hustlers, and you're motivated by passion, and you've got a dream, and you've got a goal, and I think we are at high risk of burnout. And not only do we pursue our own passions, we help our people, right? So both Valerie and myself is very passionate about prevention rather than recovery. I mean, recovery is just as important, right? Okay, goes without saying. But why should we get to that place first? Hey, thanks, Martha. Why should we burn out before we do something about it? It's why I pulled my own socks up, right? I had to have a strong talking to myself about 2 weeks ago, or a bit shorter than that, to start doing the things again that I know I need to be doing. So again, today, take 5 minutes and ask yourself, are you currently on a slow boat to burnout? And it's a yes or no question. So I require a yes or no answer. Anything in between is just an excuse. Okay? It's a yes or no answer. If it's a no, then you are doing well. Okay? Then keep doing what you're doing. If it's a yes, and you're going, you know what? Now that I think about it, yes, I am on the slow boat to burnout. I've got another question for you. How many times this week have you spoken to your clients about self-care? Okay? How many times? Tell me. 3 times in this week? This week is, we've got 2 more days to go. Over the last 3 days, how many times have you spoken to clients about burnout prevention through self-care? Maybe 3 times a day? 3 times a day? I would suggest that in current times, you've probably mentioned it at least 3 times to at least 3 clients. So my next question for you is, not a question, I'm just going to make a statement. If you have said that you are on a slow boat to burnout, but you have been speaking to your clients about self-care, then I'm calling incongruency. I'm saying that's incongruent. I'm saying that that is inauthentic. Yes, it's hard to hear, but it's freaking true, right? You cannot talk to other people about self-care if you're not engaging in it. If you are, well, I think that's pretty incongruent. So how's that for a morning slap in the face? Sometimes we need to have these difficult conversations with ourselves. Because if you're just gonna, what's the Aussie word? Mollycoddle? Or like make things seem better than it is by being nice and... No. Let's be honest. Because if we're gonna mollycoddle, I'm sure that's wrong. But anyway, if you're gonna stay in denial about your own self-care, before you know it, you're gonna be on the freaking rocks. It's gonna take you 6 months to recover. 6 months. And that's not good for anyone. Not for you, not for your family, not for your team, not for your clients. So have that freaking honest conversation with yourself, and then get a plan. What are you going to do? It can be as simple as getting up at the same time every morning and going to bed at a decent time so that you can wake up refreshed. It can be as simple as starting to not have a slab of chocolate a day, half a slab. Okay, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Okay, I went back to fasting, where I try, I say try, where the goal is to finish eating at 8 p.m. and then to go through until 12, so that my body can go into ketosis, right? I also try and eat ketogenic. Again, try. It's like, I love carbs. and when I do, so officially in my brain, I'm on a keto diet, but I still have carbs, right? It's like low carbs. So it's like a dirty keto where you still have carbs. So you have dirty keto, you've got clean keto. Molly Coddle, thanks Martha. No worries, thanks for being here with me. I always love having you here. So yeah, I'm not unrealistic with myself, but I know I need keto because I've got an iron deficiency. I still take iron tablets, still doesn't help, right? It's just about maintaining at least the levels where I'm at. So, and I love meat. I'm from South Africa. We've got a lot of meat teeth, as we say in our family. Our teeth is used to having meat, so we love it. And try and be as healthy as possible. Try and have as much water as possible. Making sure that Monday to Friday, unless I have something on like tomorrow where I actually need to be somewhere else, because we can't go on the weekend because a lot of the shops are closed, so we have to go in the week. Not to skip, even if I'm tempted, and I am tempted, but every time I've been on my morning walk, I'm so glad I did, because for me, moving my body, having some type of physical movement really takes all the anxiety out, all the pressure, all the stress. So when I get back there, I have a shower, I feel refreshed, I have a coffee, and it's like, I know exactly what I need to do. I'm focused, right? So I'm actually more productive during the day, and I get more done because I've spent an hour and 15 minutes just on me and getting set for the day. I'm in such a better mood, especially now, you know, when you have family at home more than normal, which is so important. So important. So please throw in the anchor today while sitting on your slow boat. Throw in the anchor and make a decision what direction you are going to be continuing in, and today do something about it. All right, gonna love and leave you. Have an amazing Thursday. It's another big one for me. I've got my weekly Inner Circle Q&A starting at 11 for 90 minutes. Then I've got half an hour, then I'll put on some makeup. Of course, Inner Circle gets me in my au naturel state. And then do some makeup. So I do put on makeup, especially for my paid programs. I mean, Inner Circle is still paid, but they're like friends, right? We're very close. For my online group programs, training that I'm running at 1 to 2:30. Then I need to rush to get the flu shot today. Me and my boys, because I will not get sick. And then at 4, I'm doing this talk with some awesome Brisbane business owners via Zoom to help them look after their mental health. Yes. And then it's the end of the day. So I'll speak to you soon. Have an amazing one. And as always, remember, all you need to do is say yes to your very own ultimate level 5 private practice. Bye for now.